What's going on, you guys? Your boy Var the Kid here. Just on my way down to Minneapolis to go to the clinic to go pick up my medicine. And yeah, so I was just sitting here thinking as I'm waiting for the sun to rise, just kind of reflecting on my trip, just kind of reflecting on everything that's been going on in the last couple of months. And yeah, man, I was just thinking about how everything's just been coming together, and the things that needed to be revealed have been revealed, and the things that have needed to be put in place have been put in place. And it's the universe, God, the field, energy, spirit, whatever you choose to believe, in full action in my life. Absolutely. I believe that there's a force greater than my conscious self, but not a force outside of myself, but a force from within that is allowing me to create that what I want without, right? Anyway, so I've been reading this book and listening to this audio called Influence by Robert Cialdini, I think his name is. It's spelled funny. It's Cialdini. So I think it's Cialdini or Cialdini or some shit like that. Anyways, and this book it's really, really interesting. One of the things that he talks about in this book is a click-word reaction, is what he calls it. And what click-word means is it's an automatic reaction to something that is triggered, or that triggers a automatic response subconsciously in just about every person, unless you are aware of these click word responses. Then you have the ability to defend against that, right? But the majority of people don't do research like this. The majority of people don't read books like this. And so the majority of people stay in the dark and are not aware. And so they're not able to catch these things. For instance, one of them is like the law of reciprocity. Sorry, it's been a long night. The law of reciprocity. It's funny. Anyways, I'll get to it later. I'll say it again later when I can say it without tripping up. Reciprocity. There we go. It's the law or the rule of reciprocity. Okay, so what is this? What does reciprocity mean? Okay, so it's when somebody does something for you, whether like a favor, whether it's asked for or unasked for, because of the way that our society has built up these images and these taboo, I can't think of the word I'm looking for, but these certain ways that if you act this way, then you're going to be labeled this, right? And so one of those things is, so like when somebody does something for you, does a favor for you, or does something for you, you automatically feel like you need to return the favor, right? You feel automatically indebted to that person. Now, why do people feel that way? It's because, it's really ingrained in us, even since the beginning of like civilization, when trade first started. If somebody were to do something for somebody else and didn't receive anything in return, a favor or even some gratitude, they would be looked at as like a scavenger, or like what's that word? There's a word for it. Like somebody who's just like takes but never gives back. It's just like always just taking, like a bum. So subconsciously in our mind, nobody wants to be that guy, right? Nobody wants to be that guy on the couch who's just like there all the time, never buys groceries, never buys the beer, never buys the pot, you know what I'm saying? Like, doesn't pay any of the bills, is like always just eating up all the food and stuff, right? Nobody wants to be that guy. And so when somebody does a favor for you, you automatically feel indebted, like you need to return that favor, otherwise you're gonna feel like they're gonna think that you're that guy. And so that's the law of reciprocity. Okay, so oftentimes, like you'll see it a lot of times with like free samples, people will give you stuff and you'll feel like you have to buy from them, right? Or you feel like you'll have to return the favor, or you'll feel like you'll have to be indebted to them in some way, right? Or loyalty, or whatever it might be. But anyways, this law is just so freaking powerful, and this is just one of, I think, 9 or 10. Well, I don't know. There's like 13 or 14 chapters. There might be 13 or 14 laws. I've listened to it a couple of times, like the full audio. It's like 7 or 8 hours almost, but I've really started listening to it like a lot over and over again, because I really want to learn this stuff. Because what I've learned is that knowledge is power, and why is it power? Is because awareness is what is really where the power is at. Awareness is power, right? And where do you get awareness? From knowledge and experience. So without knowledge, you can't be aware, right? You can only be aware up to a point, but the more knowledge you have, the more aware you become. And that's why knowledge is so powerful, because when you become aware, that gives you the power to choose, right? And that's why you hear like people say people are programmed, they're zombies, they're Walking Dead. It's because they're unaware. And when you're unaware, you are literally not choosing. You are literally like on autopilot, on autoplay, just like living out this recorded habitual life. And a lot of times that what you're doing is you're playing out what other people want you to play out. You're playing out what your boss wants you to do. You're playing out what your mom wants you to do, what your husband wants you to do, what your wife wants you to do, right? And it's not really what you in your heart and in your core want to do. And so that's why you hear people, especially successful people, talk about the living dead, right? The world being a zombie. And so with that being said, your awareness is really the key to your freedom. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. This is just some of the stuff that I think about when I'm just by myself, just chilling. This and like other stuff. Sometimes it's just goofy stuff, but lately it's just been like some real life shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm done with this. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no time for the bullshit. I mean, why? Seriously, why? Why wait till tomorrow or next month or next year when you can do it today? Why wait 6 months to make $100,000 when you can do it in 30 days? Or like Nate proved, you can do it in 23 days. And, being aware that really, really being successful is only a decision away. And you know, here's the thing. Here's the truth. Personal development, it's great for improving you as a person and making you a better leader, giving you better insights, more knowledge, awareness. But the truth is that you don't need to listen to personal development 20 hours a day, 20 days or 7 days a week, in order to become successful, in order to make a lot of money. The truth is you don't. Matter of fact, I know several six-figure earners personally who do very little personal development every day. Very, very little, if any. Yet somehow they are extremely successful. The truth is, if you want to make a lot of money, you just have to decide to fucking do it. And then do it. You have to decide to stop being scared to pick up the phone. Stop being scared to go find somebody on Facebook or LinkedIn and start building some rapport with them and asking for the sale. Right? Becoming aware that you have value, that there are thousands and thousands of people out there who do not know what you know, who will gladly pay you for your knowledge, for your creativity. Yet, because you are not aware, you think that there is only one way to do it. And so you're stuck because it doesn't vibe with you. It doesn't vibe with your core values. And if something doesn't vibe with your core values, you're never going to find success with it, ever, unless you change your core values. And is that really what you want to do? I mean, there's a difference between changing beliefs, limiting beliefs that keep you broke, keep you sick, keep you sad, keep you angry. But then there's the core values, your core values, right? That's you. That's what makes you. And no one should ever have to give those up or change those or change you in order to become successful. Ever. I don't give a fuck. Ever. Excuse my language, but ever. You look at all the crazy, weird people out in the world who are balling, who are extremely successful, who are extremely rich, who are extremely wealthy and happy. All those people out there, all those weird ass people are just them, right? They didn't have to change, they didn't have to conform in order to become rich. Look at Flavor Flav, man, seriously. And so, I just got a lot on my mind, and this video could go on for about an hour with me speaking all the way down to the cities, but I'm not gonna do that because I want to listen to this audio because it's really blowing my mind right now. that's not what I meant to say, but something along those lines. It's giving me a whole bunch of insight right now, and I'm just really in a high state of gratitude right now, and I want to get back to that. So I hope you guys have a wonderful, blessed morning. It's your boy Vari coming to you from the highway, and I'll talk to you guys later. Remember, don't do drugs, do clarity, and watch the change of your life. Let's go.